Hello everybody and welcome to my first YouTube video for Cooking with a Mensch. I plan on giving you guys a very creative and beautiful, exciting twists on traditional Jewish dishes, maybe even other dishes that aren't Jewish. I've been cooking since I was this big, a little boy. I went to culinary school. I've cooked in a lot of restaurants under different chefs. I really love food. I'm super passionate, and I believe that God has given me a very creative, artistic talent when it comes to taking food and turning it into something magical. So what I'm going to do for you guys on this channel is take basic dishes that people love to eat it might be even different ethnicities, but for right now we're going to start off with Jewish. I'm Jewish, I'm Messianic Jewish, and it's part of who I am, and it's part of what I know a lot about. I also know a lot about Italian cooking. I know a lot about Middle Eastern cooking, and I'm going to just make this very exciting and creative for everyone. If anyone has any ideas for me, I would love to hear from you. And I'm just very excited to be able to share with the world a little bit of what I feel I'm talented in doing. So we're going to get started today with a very popular Jewish, I guess you say brunch type of item, lox, bagels, and cream cheese, with all the different ingredients that goes along with that, such as capers, red onion, tomatoes. I got some green onion here. I got some fresh dill, some chives. We are gonna have. I'm gonna make a traditional bagel, lox, and cream cheese sandwich that most Jews would love to eat for breakfast. I'm gonna make it with all like the nice amenities, and I'll show that to you. And then I'm gonna take all of those same ingredients, maybe add a little, take a little, but mainly create a whole new experience and dish with pasta. And I'm gonna, we're gonna just see where this goes. It's very exciting, and it's something that I came up with myself, and let's just have fun and make this happen. So first we're gonna make a traditional bagel, lox, and cream cheese sandwich, and I want to show that to everybody. For those of you who don't know what that involves, we're gonna all find out now. So I'm gonna take a regular Jewish everything bagel, slice that bad boy in half. We're gonna put that aside for a second. Red onion, I'm gonna peel it first. Slice off the top and the bottom. Do a nice little slice down the side. Take out the outer skin. Try not to cry. So far so good. Discard that stuff. Always keep a nice clean cutting board. So for this sandwich, I'm gonna slice this very thin in the way where you would get onion rings, but as paper thin as I could possibly slice the onion to create beautiful thin rings, because nobody wants to bite into a big chunk of red onion, but you want that delicious onion flavor in the sandwich. So here's just a Little bit of red onion. It's a little bit of green onion, scallion, otherwise known as a scallion. Cut off the ends. I don't want that, it's ugly. And thinly slice a little green onion. I just love onion, so I'm gonna add that to the sandwich. Now we got a nice fresh Roma tomato. I'm gonna use, I don't use this knife. Also, very thinly sliced tomato, I believe, is the best way to accompany this sandwich. Because the real flavor comes from the lox and the cream cheese. And these are just the additional flavors that you might enjoy. Some little sliced tomato. We have some capers here. This is also a traditional accompaniment with lox and cream cheese. Got a little of that. And here's a little bit of chives. Let's mince up some chives. Also as tiny as we can get. As you can see, I love onions, all kinds of onions. So onions are a big flavor that I love to cook with. You have the smoked salmon right here. I'm going to be using most of this for the main dish. This is a beautiful, delicious, lightly salted smoked salmon. It's wonderful. I got this at Costco. So now I'm going to toast the bagel. I think that's very important. So I have my toaster right here. Let's get that going. Nice. And we just have these simple ingredients here. And of course, cream cheese. Get me a butter knife to smear the cream cheese onto the toasted bagel. And as that's toasting, just take a minute or two and then wait for the bagel to be nicely toasted, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so the bagels are now nicely and beautifully toasted. Nice and hot, just fantastic. So we're gonna smear a little bit of this wonderful Philadelphia cream cheese onto both sides of the bagel. A nice, I'd say, thin layer, unless you really love cream cheese, because cream cheese is delicious. It adds amazing flavor and texture, but you don't want it to be too much where it takes away from the flavor of the lox itself. But you want it there because it just balances out the saltiness so well. So I like to put like a fairly thin to medium layer of cream cheese. And we'll put this off to the side for now. Now we'll layer some of this wonderful, delicious salmon. Also, it's very, it's a fish and it's slightly fishy, so you don't want so much that it's so overpowering. You want all the flavors to just, two nice big slices really kind of, I would say, covers the bagel beautifully. There's a beautiful, delicious layer there of salmon. I guess the next ingredient should be tomatoes. I'm gonna throw some beautifully sliced tomatoes on there. Hit it with some of this green onion over here. Some of that wonderful paper thin red onion. Hit it with some of these chives. And maybe a few capers. Capers are very strong in flavor, so you want to go easy with the capers. They can be very overpowering. Just getting rid of some of the water that's in the jar. Okay, throw just a few capers on there. We don't want too much because these can be very intense in flavor. And I would serve it, you could serve it like this, or we can close up the sandwich. Give that a nice cut down the middle with a nice serrated bread knife. And here's a wonderful traditional bagel, lox, and cream cheese that Jews love to eat for their breakfast every Sunday morning.